Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Sarah, the podcast where we have real conversations in simple English. I am Sarah, and I am so happy you are here with me today.
And I am Alex. Hi, friends. It is great to be here. Sarah, I have my tea right here. I am ready. Let's go.
Always with the tea, Alex. I love it. Okay, so today I want to start with something a little different. I want to ask you all a question, and I want you to really think about it.
Ooh, okay. Serious Sarah is here today. I can feel it.
A little serious, yes, but in a good way. Here's the question. Are you tired of starting over again and again? Do you feel like you are running but you're not moving forward?
Oh, wow. That hit me. I think a lot of people feel that way, like they're on a treadmill, moving their legs but going nowhere.
Exactly. And today I want to talk about why that happens and what we can actually do about it. Because I believe the answer is simple, but it's powerful.
I like simple and powerful. Tell me more.
Okay, so first, let's be honest. Life is not easy. We all know this, right?
100%. Life is beautiful, but it's also hard sometimes. Very hard.
Right. And we live in a world that tells us you just need to work harder. You just need to want it more. But I think that's only half the truth.
What is the other half?
The other half is this. If you're building on the wrong foundation, it doesn't matter how hard you work. Things will keep falling apart.
Oh, that's a strong image, like building a house on sand.
Yes, if the ground under your house is not solid, the house will not stand. And I think many people today are building their lives on very unstable ground.
What kind of ground? Like, what do you mean?
I mean things like, I'll be happy when I have more money, or when I get that promotion, everything will be okay, or when I find the right person, I will feel complete.
Ah, I understand. These things seem solid, but they can disappear.
Exactly. Money can go. Jobs can end. Relationships can be difficult. These things are not wrong to want, but they cannot be your foundation.
So what should the foundation be?
That's the big question. And our answer today is this. Put God first. Make Him your foundation, not just sometimes, every day.
Okay, so put God first. It sounds simple, but in real life, what does that look like? I think some people hear that and they think, okay, I need to go to church more.
Yes, and church is good, but it's much bigger than that. Putting God first means letting Him into every part of your life, not just Sunday morning.
So, like, even at work?
Especially at work. When you do your job as if you're working for God, not just for your salary, your attitude completely changes.
That's interesting. I remember one time I had a job I really did not enjoy. The boss was difficult, the work was boring, and I was just doing the minimum every day.
And how did that feel?
Terrible, honestly. I was unhappy, I complained all the time, and I wasn't growing at all.
And what changed?
Actually, it was my mom. She said to me, Alex, do your work as if God is watching, not your boss. And I thought, okay, that's different.
I love that. Your mom is wise.
She really is. And when I changed my attitude, something shifted. I wasn't suddenly happy with the job, but I stopped feeling so bitter. I started doing my best, and honestly, better opportunities came later.
That's a perfect example. And it's not just at work, it's in your decisions too. Before you make a big choice, a new job, a move to a new city, a big relationship decision, talk to God first. Ask Him. Be patient.
That requires trust, right? Because sometimes we want an answer right now.
Yes, and that's hard. I'm not going to pretend it's easy. But I've learned that when I rush and I don't pray about something, I often regret it.
Oh, same. I've made some very fast, very bad decisions in my life.
We all have, Alex. We all have. Okay, so let's talk about something important because I know someone listening right now might think, okay, I just believe, and then things will get better, right?
The magic button idea.
Exactly. And I want to be clear. Faith is not a magic button. Faith without action is just a nice feeling.
So you need both, faith and work.
Yes, faith and discipline, they go together like bread and butter.
Huh, that's a delicious example.
Thank you. I was hungry when I wrote my notes.
Okay, but seriously, discipline. That's a word that makes some people nervous. They hear discipline and they think, that sounds hard and boring.
I know, but discipline is actually a form of love. Love for yourself and love for your future. When you wake up early to pray, when you study, when you choose the healthy option, when you're kind even when you're tired, that's discipline.
It's like training for something. You don't become a good runner the first day you go for a jog.
Exactly right. You build it slowly, small habits every day, and over time, those small habits create a big life.
I started praying in the morning about 6 months ago, just 5 or 10 minutes. And honestly, I didn't expect much, but I noticed that my days feel more organized, like I'm calmer even when things go wrong.
Yes, that's it. You're not suddenly without problems, but you face them differently. You have a center.
A center. I like that word.
When a wheel has a strong center, it can turn through rough roads, but if the center is broken, the whole wheel breaks.
So God is the center of the wheel.
For me, yes, absolutely.
Okay, Sarah, let's talk about something that I think stops a lot of people. Failure. Because I think some people avoid trying new things because they are so afraid to fail.
Oh, this is so important. Can I be honest with you all for a moment?
Please.
I have failed many times, not small failures, big ones. I had a small online business a few years ago. I put so much time and money into it, and it failed completely.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, and it was embarrassing. I had told so many people about it, my family, my friends, and then one day it just stopped working.
How did that feel?
Like the ground disappeared under my feet. I was very sad. I thought, maybe I am just not someone who can do things like this.
That is such a painful feeling. The feeling that maybe you are just not enough.
It really is. But then, and this took some time, I started to realize something. I had built that business completely on my own ego. I never asked for guidance. I never prayed about it. I just ran forward because I wanted it to work.
And when you changed that?
Slowly. I took a break. I was honest with God. I literally just said, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. And then I started listening more, paying attention to opportunities. And here I am, making this podcast, which I love so much more than that old business.
So the failure was actually leading you here.
It was. That is what I mean by failing forward. You fall, you learn something real, and then you move again, this time with more wisdom.
That is beautiful. Failure is not a wall, it is a door if you're willing to look for the handle.
Ooh, I love that, Alex. Write that down, everyone.
Okay, Sarah, I want to ask you something because I know some of our listeners are thinking right now, this sounds good, but I don't know where to start.
Yes, and I have a very honest answer for that. The start is not complicated. The start is today.
Not Monday.
Never Monday. Monday is a trap. We always say, I will start Monday, and then Monday comes and we say, actually, next Monday.
I have done that so many times. I will start eating better on Monday. I will start waking up early on Monday. And years have passed.
Time moves quickly, and that's not meant to scare anyone. It's meant to wake us up gently. Every day that passes is a day you could have started something new.
So what is one small thing someone can do today, right now?
Pray. That's it. Just talk to God. You don't need fancy words. You don't need to be in a church. You can sit in your kitchen with your coffee and just say, I want to do this differently. Help me.
That's it?
That's the start. And then tomorrow, you do it again, and the day after. That's how a foundation is built, one small brick at a time.
I think sometimes we expect a dramatic moment, like lightning from the sky.
Yes, we want the movie version, but real change is usually quiet and slow. And then one day you look back and think, oh, I'm different now. When did that happen?
That is so true. If you're listening to us right now, go ahead and leave a comment that says today, because that's when your story changes.
Yes, we would love to see those comments. It means you're ready, and we're cheering for you.
Can we talk about something that I think is actually the hardest part?
Of course. What is it?
Home. Family. The people closest to us. Because it's easy to be patient and kind at work or with strangers, but at home, when you're tired after a long day, that's where the real test is.
Oh, you're so right. Home is where we take off the mask, and sometimes what's underneath is not very pretty.
I have to confess, I'm a very different person when I'm tired. I lose my patience quickly. I want silence. I don't want to talk to anyone.
I understand that completely, and I think it's normal to feel that way. But putting God first at home means choosing, even when it's hard, to show love, to listen, to be patient.
That's a choice, not just a feeling.
Exactly. Love at home is a decision, not just an emotion. Some days you choose to listen to your partner even though you're exhausted. Some days you choose to speak kindly to your mother even when she's pressing all your buttons.
That's very specific.
Very specific, yes. And that kind of love, that disciplined, chosen love, that's what builds a home that feels safe and warm.
I think when people have God at the center of their home, the home changes, the tone changes.
It really does. And it starts with one person, you. You don't have to wait for everyone in your family to change first. You can be the one who starts.
Sarah, let me ask you something personal. Have you ever been in a real financial panic? Like bills arriving and you genuinely didn't know how it would work out?
Yes. About 3 years ago, it was a very difficult season. My income suddenly dropped and I had rent due, and I remember sitting at my kitchen table at night, looking at the numbers and feeling completely frozen.
That's one of the worst feelings, the 2 a.m. money panic.
The worst. And what I did, which didn't help at all, was I opened my phone and started Googling everything. How to make money fast, what to do when you can't pay rent, and I just got more and more anxious.
The internet is not always a calm place for that kind of search.
No, it really is not. And then, at some point, I just closed the phone and I prayed. Not a long, beautiful prayer, just, I'm really scared right now. I cannot figure this out alone.
And what happened?
Not immediately, of course, but I slept. And when I woke up, I had one clear thought. Call this person. A contact I hadn't spoken to in a while. And I did. And that call turned into a small freelance job that helped me through that period.
Wow, so the peace came first and then the action became possible.
That's the key. When we're in a panic, we can't think clearly. But when we give the fear to God, even for a moment, there's space for clarity to come in.
I love that. Peace is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to think clearly inside the problem.
That's beautifully said, Alex. Okay, friends, it's time for our favorite section, the word tour. This is where we look at some of the key English words from today's conversation. These are words that are useful for real life, not just for tests.
Yes, let's go through them together. Sarah, you want to start?
Let's do it. Okay, word number 1, foundation. Foundation.
Foundation means the base of something, the strong part underneath that holds everything up.
We use it literally, like the foundation of a house, but we also use it to talk about ideas or life.
Example, a good education is the foundation of a successful career.
Or, Trust is the foundation of a good friendship.
Now you try. Repeat after us. I need a strong foundation in my life.
I need a strong foundation in my life. Good.
Word number 2, discipline. D-I-S-C-I-L-P-L-I-N-E.
Discipline means the ability to control yourself and do what is necessary, even when it is difficult.
It can be a noun, she has great discipline, or a verb, I am trying to discipline myself to sleep earlier.
Example, learning a new language requires a lot of discipline.
Or, he showed incredible discipline during the competition.
Repeat this. Discipline helps me reach my goals.
Discipline helps me reach my goals. Excellent.
Word 3, failure. F-A-I-L-U-R-E. And the verb is fail.
Failure means when something does not succeed, when you try and it does not go the way you hoped.
But failure is not the end. Today we talked about failing forward, which means you fail, you learn, and you continue growing.
Example, my first business was a failure, but I learned so much from it.
Or, don't be afraid to fail. Every expert was once a beginner who failed many times.
Repeat, failure is a teacher, not a punishment.
Failure is a teacher, not a punishment. Beautiful.
Word number 4, patience. P-A-T-I-E-N-C-E.
Patience means the ability to wait without becoming angry or frustrated. It also means staying calm when things are slow or difficult.
Example, learning to trust God requires patience.
Or, she showed great patience with her students, even on the difficult days.
This is a very important word for life. We all need more patience.
Repeat with us. I am learning to have more patience every day.
I am learning to have more patience every day. Yes.
Our last word, clarity. C-L-A-R-I-T-Y.
Clarity means when something is clear, easy to understand, or easy to see. You can have clarity of thought, meaning your mind is clear and you know what to do.
Example, after I prayed, I felt a sense of clarity about my decision.
Or, I need some time alone to gain clarity about the situation.
We talked about this today. When you stop panicking and find peace, clarity can come in.
Repeat. Peace brings clarity. Clarity brings good decisions.
Peace brings clarity. Clarity brings good decisions. Wonderful. And that is our word tour for today. 5 important words: foundation, discipline, failure, patience, and clarity. Try to use one of them in a sentence today.
Yes, write a sentence in the comments. We read them. It's great practice.
Okay, friends, let's bring today's conversation to a close. What a talk! Alex, what is the one thing you will carry with you from today?
For me, it's the idea that putting God first is not a big dramatic moment. It's a daily quiet choice. It's waking up and choosing Him before you check your phone.
I love that. For me, it's the fail forward idea, because I spent so many years being afraid of failure. But failure is just part of the path, as long as you keep going.
Friends, wherever you are right now, on the bus, in your kitchen, on your lunch break, thank you for spending this time with us.
You're not alone in the things you're facing, and if today's conversation gave you even one small idea to try, then it was worth it.
Put God first today, just today, and then do the same tomorrow.
Small steps, one day at a time. That's how everything changes.
If this episode helped you, please share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss our next conversation.
We'll see you very soon. Take care of yourselves, friends, and remember, you're stronger than you think. Goodbye from Talk Sarah.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Keep learning, keep growing.